Nobody else is here other than us. Well, hello, welcome everybody. Of course, my voice is not so good, but of course, I'm Doc G, and I wanted to welcome you to tonight's show.
A gold car, gonna hit the mall and spread some holiday cheer afar. With a jingle in the air and the radio playing those old Christmas tunes, got my heart swaying. Got my scarf wrapped tight and a smile so wide. Gonna make this holiday season a joyride. Cruising to the mall, it's a Christmas dream. Got the world looking bright and a candy cane gleam from the icy streets to the warm window frames. I'm rocking through the snow with those holiday flames. Santa's on the roof and the carolers sing. Got a stocking full of wishes and a heart full of bling. With a little bit of swing in my step, I'm on my way. Gonna grab a gift or two and let the spirits sway. With the bells ringing out and the snowflakes glistening, every corner of the town's got a joy that's listening. I'll park it by the door and I'll step inside, where the Christmas magic makes my spirits glide. Cruising to the mall, it's a Christmas dream. Got the world looking bright and a candy cane gleam from the icy streets to the warm window frames. I'm rocking through the snow with those holiday flames. The bells ringing out and the snowflakes glistening. Every corner of the town's got a joy that's listening. I'll park it by the door and I'll step inside, where the Christmas magic makes my spirits glide. Cruising to the mall, it's a Christmas dream. Got the world looking bright and a candy cane gleam from the icy streets to the warm window frames. I'm rocking through the snow with those holiday flames. Now the tree's all lit and the fire's burning bright. Got my list all checked and my heart feels right. With the mistletoe hung and the carol is near, I'm here to spread some joy and good cheer. With the jingle in the air and the radio playing those old Christmas tunes, got my heart swaying. Got my scarf wrapped tight and a smile so wide. Gonna make this holiday season a joyride. Cruising to the mall, it's a Christmas dream. Got the world looking bright and a candy cane gleam from the icy streets to the warm window frames. I'm rocking through the snow with those holiday flames. So let's toast to the season, to the magic we find, with the sleigh bells jingling and the stars all align. From the first drive to the mall to the end of the day, I'll keep on cruising in that Christmas sway. Yes, I'm cruising to the mall, what a way. With a heart full of cheer, it's a Sinatra Christmas day.
There you go. That's my new song, Cruising to the Mall, Christmas. I want to thank you guys, first of all, for seeing my page and checking out my songs. But this is Chance's Chat. And, of course, I'm Doc G, Chance McFadden, and Fascinating Brian, and whoever else decides to join us. This is for entertainment purposes only, or also may not be. Welcome to Chance's Chat.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I think Brian and I have talked more this week outside of the show than we've ever have in inside of the show. I mean, we covered a lot of stuff between the two of us, and there's a lot of there just since I talked to you 2 days ago, Brian, there's been a whole shirt load of information. There's a whole shirt load of things happening. And if you know what this is, you know what that is?
It means the diaper's full and needs to be changed, right? That's what you're saying?
No, he's talking about a Q-tip in the ear.
I know, but I'm saying, but you know, from the literal sense, you know, hey,
I get it.
You know, the clean diaper's there, but it got filled up fast over the last couple of days.
Oh, it's full.
It's full. it's packing. It needs to be changed. Yeah.
Oh boy, talk for a minute, Doc.
Okay. Well, Brian, the holiday season's here. Wyatt's coming in, so we should be able to start the show. Chances on the phone right now. Hey, Wyatt, welcome to the
Hey,
show.
how are you?
On the air live right away. By the way,
No
Chances
worries.
on the phone. What's going on, Wyatt?
Well, there's a fair bit of movement going on at the moment insofar as the financial sector is concerned. Iraq have been conducting auctions, and there's been 300 million foreign currency sales in the Bank of Iraq, right? With the oil and whatnot, they're the ninth largest economy insofar as oil. So the Bank of Iraq is going ahead, great guns. 140 ambassadors are traveling to Iraq this weekend, apparently. What's going on, you know? Now, Iraq has said that their banking system would be, there was 95% done 2 weeks ago. Does that mean that it's this weekend that it all goes down? Just a very interesting question to ask. Now, the other thing is, you know, Friday, it's Friday here, but it's in Australia, but Friday tomorrow for the United States is the 13th again. Now, last month, the Friday the 13th was there. Does that mean it's done in 30? Because it's 30 days between the two. The other thing is that when the RV does happen, you're going to have 10 days to make an appointment, and you're going to have 30 days to get there to do your exchanges. So, you know, notifications are going to be coming out pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Although I got to say, I have lost a bit of money from my Wise account because I signed up for something, and money has come out, and it was taken out in Vietnamese dong, converted to US dollars, and yeah, I've lost pretty much my shirt on that. So I'm not going to RV much with my Wise account, unfortunately. So not happy about that, but you know, I look at it from the point of view I'm not meant to have it. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not meant to have that because I've got the physical stuff that I can exchange. So, but I've got maybe enough to get me through until the notifications come out to actually organise my appointment. So, not a lot I can do, unfortunately, unless they reverse the transaction, which is a possibility. So, but it's got to be done before the 15th. So, yeah, that's.
Can I add some information to your intel that's going on in Iraq? Because this is big. Okay, listen to how big this is. I'm saving the real intel from the intake officer till the end of the show, as usual. And later on tonight, we have Dr. Wiedemann coming on to talk to you about Youngevity products, and we have Lillian and Ann coming on at 8:15. And we're not turning this into a commercial show, but there's a reason why I'm doing this, okay? And there's a reason why we've always been pushing you to get ready, because the med beds will be coming soon. And when they do, you better start getting your body in a better vibrational state. But here's the information that's huge that I can add to Wyatt's information. And that is, you do know that the Central Bank of Iraq is holding tons and tons and tons of US dollars that they consider worthless. You know this. Guess what? They've been buying their own currency back from currency dealers in the United States.
Yep.
Okay? Look for a shortage of dinar. You might, if you think, well, I'll get into this next week. They're buying their own currency back with our Federal Reserve notes. Okay, why is that? Because they're gonna know. Okay, don't worry about what Wise is gonna allow you to withdraw. You guys are counting your money while you're sitting at the table. Okay.
Please stop doing that.
No, yeah, rates and dates. Let's not do that. We're not going to do rates and dates, and I really don't want to hear any crypto crap tonight because I'm
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why. Yes, you can make money if you get in right and you get out right, but I'm going to tell you what: if you don't hold it, you don't own it. You better take that to the stinking bank because the only thing you're going to get is butkus. Okay, but do you realize how huge this is? That Iraq, the Central Bank of Iraq, is spending what they consider to be the worthless dollars and to buy their own currency from currency dealers in the United States. Guys, that ought to just tell it all.
Yep. These auctions are being going on for 30 days. You know?
And we're not
And
talking about
auctions.
Bitcoin.
They're having auctions.
Oh, I know.
They're making huge amounts of money. So and it's all coming back. So, you know, you think about the significance of that. I mean, with the dinar, the dinar may come as a bit of a surprise to people because it's maybe going to be valued a little bit higher than we expect. Who knows?
Well, it's going to be fun waiting and seeing because, you know, I really don't. I'm not going to drive myself nuts. Oh, rates and dates, crypto,
Yeah.
crypto, rates and dates. Going nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what everybody's doing. Robert, I need you on at 8 o'clock, okay?
Yes. Okay. All righty.
All right,
8
I need you
o'clock.
on at 8 o'clock. Okay.
Well,
right.
The thing is, Chance, I mean,
Okay.
it's a case where, as you say, if you know, don't count your money while you're sitting at the table, because we don't know exactly what the rates are going to be. There's a lot of speculation about it, and you know, the dong could prove better than what we're expecting, or could be worse. We just don't know. Nobody knows. Everybody's speculating about rates. You know, and yeah, we all want to plan ahead in what we get. But the thing is, you are going to make money on this. If you've got Vietnamese dong in your Wise account, you are going to make some money. Now, is it going to be the amount that you are expecting? Look, even if it comes out at dollar for dollar, you're going to be well off. Okay? So just don't stress the little stuff. As I said, I'm not. I got 8 million dong, 8.6 million dong taken out of my bank, out of my Wise account for this thing. Yeah. And it converted into US dollars, which then I got another $4,000 in conversion rates hit on me. And I was not yesterday, and that was yesterday. I am not happy about that at all, right? But the thing is, you know, I've got the physical stuff as well, and I've got silver. Now, I was looking at Wise as a short-term investment because that was going to pay out quickly. The medium term was going to be the physical currencies and my Zim, which was going to fund my project. I've still got that. So that was my medium term. My long-term investment is silver. And we've got to start, people, please start thinking short-term, medium-term, long-term when it comes to any investment, and you need those three different things so that you can get through. I will still get through. I'm not overly worried about it, but I was not happy yesterday, that's for sure. Okay. But you know, we got to focus on what we are really here for, and it's not to make money. It is to help our fellow man. That's what we're here for. That's the only reason why we were put on this earth. How you help your fellow man is defined by God as your mission. Whatever your mission is. My mission is to help veterans who serve the world's countries. to defend their way of life and whatnot. No matter what country they're from. Right? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now the WISE account, I got to tell you, a lot of people still don't understand how it works, Chance. I can't believe that, even at this stage. So if you would allow me, I'll just tell you how it works from where I'm sitting.
Well, I think we need to hold on just a second, Wyatt. So, and I'm sorry, I'm going to cut in a moment. And I did mention this on the previous show. This is really important. This is really, it's hard to grasp from the physical side, but this is all spiritual warfare. It really, really is, because the changes are being done from the astral side. So the energy dynamics. So, like, for an example, you're downtrodden about the WISE account. You are facilitating the idea that it's okay. You're giving credence. This is just an example. I don't know if this is what you truly feel, Wyatt. You're giving credence or permission for that idea to lock in. The one where there is no abundance, there is no revalue from a one for one, knowing that you are doing it from the logical sense and you're taking advantage of an algorithm. And yet within their documentation, they are adjusting and tweaking and saying, no, you can't do that. So when you create that energy, that transdimensional aspect reflects the collective, then that drops everyone else's frequency, because everyone is going to go, well, if Wyatt is correct, then we're not going to see it. So I guess, you know what I mean? Because if you are like this powerhouse of an example for the creation or the creativity of source or God creator, you say that's bullshit. You say, no, I don't consent to any of these ideas. I am more powerful than the system. I design it with my good intentions, with my humanitarian attention, and so forth, in a very positive manner. And you affirm that that idea, whatever changed, will retract. You don't know how it's going to do it. You say the terms and conditions will retract itself. I don't agree. I don't know how it's going to be done, but I know source will take care of it, because if creation is unbiased and I'm one of the controllers of this game board, then I can influence the outcome. And that's how everyone should be behaving. You should be behaving in a way that represents the highest caliber human in this garbage land, in this third density, and living and expressing as a higher density being, knowing you're still right here. It's just the concept of the passe of the illusion of time, distance, and space. Forget all about that. Forget all about the materialism. Look at it more as an energy construct where you can increase its value and wealth, but it's not singular. It's collectively speaking. It is a hard concept to literally pull into your head, and it's even harder to generate the energy. I understand that. It's hard because you have to use four-pronged ideas. You have to feel the energy. What does abundance feel like? If you don't have it, it's hard to feel it. You have to visualize it, right? And that means you have to play in your mind as if it's another parallel world where you have all these things. You have to take action, right? So you invested, you took action. That's just the one layer. But in the end, the most important thing is, what does your source represent? The number one thing. Are you limited or are you limitless? Do you have the concept there is a beginning and an end, or is there no beginning and no end to your ideas, to you? So you all have the power to demonstrate this here and now, all the way toward the end of the year, to get what you want energetically. You have so many tools available. Archangels, angelics, all sorts of benevolent ideas. They want what's best for the human, but the human chooses to be in the box and be limited and to forget that they have power. They do, but it's not necessarily your fault again, because there's the astral influence. It's to get you to go boo-hoo me, when really you should be saying, F you, get out of my field. That's not how I represent myself. Why am I feeling this way? I shouldn't be feeling this way. I should be celebrating because I'm so close. Why do I want to be downtrodden about one idea when I'm all hyped up about all the ideas? So
Yeah, well, I wasn't really coming from that situation. I'm just saying I wasn't happy about the timing of what occurred, and I have tried to get the situation reversed, and hopefully it will. And I'm, but the thing is, we just, as I say, you move on from this stuff. You got to put it behind you. If it happens, it happens. You just got to put it behind you and move forward, because, dwelling in that energy, as you say, is not good for you, and it's not good for everything else. But insofar as the WISE account is concerned, the WISE account, when you set it up, it is linked to your bank account. It allows you to take money from your bank and put it into your WISE account. This prevents the banks from doing bail-ins, right? Because the banks will do a bail-in, most likely. They will close their doors because of what's going on, right? They're all closing their doors, every last one of them. Now, whether some of them reopen or not, that's the big question. So you get your money out and put it into WISE. You've protected your money, because the WISE is a holding company, right? It holds your money there for you for a later time. You get a card associated to it, which is a Visa card or a Discover card or whatever, right? And you can make purchases using your WISE card. You can do it online when buying things. You can convert the money from your own currency into the currency of the country that you're dealing with. Now, in Australia, in my bank account, when I convert currency, it costs me $8.50 for the privilege. With WISE, it costs me 1%. That's all it costs. And that is no problem at all. That's not an issue for me. Right? So that's your conversion fee. Your transfer fee is around about the same, 1%. So what you're doing when you get the money into your WISE account from your bank account, you put it into the Vietnamese dong, which is set to revalue, which means you could get 1-to-1. In other words, for each dollar that you have invested into Vietnamese dollar, which, I think it's what, 60, to buy $1 million dong costs about $75 Australian. All right. When the dong converts, it could convert at 1-to-1. All right. So it's $1 for every dong. You'll get $1. Right. That's the way it could be. Right. We don't know yet. But the thing is, you're going to make money on it. Now, as I say, it's to protect yourself from the bank bail-ins. That's what I've used it for, and that's what it is for. It's been backed by the White Hat military with WISE, and they are overseeing it, right? So to make sure that everybody gets a fair crack at this RV, that's pretty much it, right? It's ISO 20022 compliant, right? So your money is safe there. Now, I hope this explains in a very simple way, what WISE is about and how it works, right? But you can transfer your money backwards and forwards between your bank. That's up to you. I do it every now and then when I need things. But the thing is, get your money out of the banks, right? Because at some point, the banks are going to close. The ATMs are going to end up running out of money because everybody's going to be doing a bank run. You'll have it in your WISE account and you'll still be able to trade online and do transactions at your local grocery store. Now, we don't know if the bank key cards or the ATM cards, we don't know if they're going to work, but the WISE will, right? Because the banks, if they're closing their doors for the last time, that's it. Your money's gone, right? So we need to, plan ahead, and WISE actually allows you to do that. Now, there are more complicated ways to explain WISE, but it's very simple. It's there to protect your money. So get your money out of the bank and put it into WISE and get a card. Okay. Anyway, that's it for me at the moment.
Hey, Wyatt, let me just say they're not shipping any new cards out. I have an expired card, so my card can't be used, and there's no way to do any transactions. I tried to do it with it before because it expired. They don't do any new ones, so we have to wait for them. So it's just a caveat to let people know that there is no card you can use right now.
You're mute, Chance.
You are.
Chance,
you have a virtual card in your card section of WISE. Use that to pay your bills.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to get to.
It's because of the number of people who are actually signing up to WISE, they're finding it difficult to keep up with the demand. Because this show has been, I don't know how long this show has been promoting WISE, 2 years. Yeah. So, a lot of people are paying attention. So, we each, no doubt, promote WISE in our private lives. I've got to tell you, I have to tell you, they've got a big demand from all over the world now. And the funny thing is, there is such a demand for it, they've actually stopped advertising WISE on TV over here. That's how much demand is actually going on. So, because people are starting to get it now. But there are people who still didn't understand the WISE and how it worked. And, wow, I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. At
this point, Wyatt, I think they're going to have to figure it out for themselves because I think we've talked about it till we're talked to death about it.
Yeah.
I have everybody. I've had to really I almost closed the Telegram page down the other day because people won't shut up about rates and dates. They won't shut up arguing about back and forth. Somebody knows more than somebody else. No. As far as I'm concerned, I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. We're all idiots. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own speculation. But don't go causing trouble on the Telegram page, okay? Don't do it, okay? Now, I'm going to have a guest come on here in just a minute. And I'm going to change gears on you guys because when the med beds come out, you got to start getting ready. It's beyond. You should have started 6 months ago. Okay. The gentleman that's coming on is Dr. Robert Wiedemann, and he is a NUCA doctor and a nutritional specialist. If you're having trouble providing your body with the essential mineral it needs, you need to pay attention because no matter who you are, if you're not on Youngevity's minerals, then you are minerally deficient. Well, why do I say that? Well, because Youngevity's minerals offer the highest absorption rate of any minerals out there. And if you're taking the other minerals, you're just not getting the amount your body needs because no minerals compare to Youngevity. The beauty of these minerals is they're so potent that you can even spray them directly under your skin. I spray mine on my face. It refreshes me instantly. and spray it all over your skin. That's the largest organ on your body, and only within 17 seconds it starts going through. Put it in your navel, put it on your hiney, put it on your whatever, okay? And it goes right into your bloodstream. Now, we have Dr. Wiedemann ready to assist you, and he's been working closely with Dr. Wallach since 1997. If anybody knows who Dr. Wallach is, then you know his name speaks for itself. Dr. Wiedemann isn't here to help you just order the very potent minerals, but he's here to educate you on how to use them correctly for the best results. We got to give him about 15 minutes before the stem cell ladies come in. Folks, do not order them from Amazon or eBay. Same way with the stem cell stuff. Don't order them. It's not the same stuff. Okay, there's counterfeit stuff out there all over the place. Okay, you run the risk of getting products that are either expired or counterfeited from China. There's a lot of counterfeited products. Got to watch out for that. We are inviting you to join the team at health-reformer.com. Setting up account is straightforward, free, and where you can order the real deal Dr. Wallach's minerals from our own store. Or even faster, you can send a text with the message Chance Minerals to 406-270-3754. I will repeat that. Chance Minerals text to 406-270-3754. And Dr. Wiedemann will help you get started on the mineral team immediately. And our health, whether it be Dr. Wallach's Youngevity products or the stem cells, should be our priority, okay? Don't delay. Join us now and get your account set up and order minerals today. I will tell you, they've got a deal on the minerals right now. And I'm going to be taking advantage of that deal because it's 4 bottles, which will last you a long time. And they were $40 a bottle, but now you can get 4 bottles for like $94, isn't it, Doc? What is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, the minerals, you stop and think about minerals. People say vitamin, or herb. Vitamins without minerals are worthless. They will not function like they should in your body without the proper minerals. And guess how many trace minerals are necessary for your body? 60 of them. And what comes in this is plant derived. It actually is from prehistoric source down in southern Utah. Dr. Wallach actually has the exclusive right to that mine. I've been through the mine, been there. And what happened is apparently a volcano blew up and covered all this plant life, but didn't turn it into coal. It's like a prehistoric hay. And by just dumb luck, there's 70 trace minerals in there. And when it's processed down to, like, for instance, a powder, it's just they put it through a leaching process. They put reverse osmosis water in there at room temperature and leach it out. They don't heat it up. And then they put it in these barrels that have never been used before and are never used afterwards. But it's just absolutely amazing. You can take this powder, put it under your tongue. It'll disappear right into your bloodstream. So they put it in liquid form in bottles at Youngevity. And you take that and you just spray it on your skin and the minerals go right in. And man, you might have an ache or a pain someplace. You spray it on there, it just disappears. These minerals are amazing. And it's amazing what happens when you start getting on the minerals. So, and of course we have, Dr. Wallach has developed a whole line of things, and he has different formulas for different conditions. Now, my whole family ended up with diabetes. I don't have it. And it's because I've been on Dr. Wallach's minerals for, since 1997. I got, when I was in high school, I started getting this icky feeling and I couldn't concentrate and, was kind of an anxious feeling and feeling anxiety right in my chest. And my aunt took me down to a doctor and she gave me vitamin shots And that seemed to help, you know. Well, then when I get into college, my aunt wasn't around anymore, you know, there, but so my mother sent me Valium, and that just knocked me for a loop. So I cut it in half, and those little pills, half of one would still knock me for a loop, and I cut it in a quarter, and that was about right. But I quit taking them because I didn't ever want to put anything in my system that was going to affect my mind. So when I ended up out in Montana and actually met Dr. Wallach, I mean, I went to this restaurant with him, you know, with a bunch of other people. And he had this pile of pills on his in front of him on the table. He would just methodically put them in his mouth, throw them around in there, and then swallow them one by one. And this was his ritual from his own products there that he had gotten. And he did that. He still does it to this day. And he doesn't get sick. I don't get sick. I don't ever get sick. And of course, I keep myself under chiropractic care. And but the meaningful thing is this: we have the responsibility to be well. And you know, people ask me, well, why do you say that? Well, you know, when you are sick one day, you throw that day away. You have never can get that day back. And second of all, you know, you make yourself miserable and everybody around you. So why not take the easy way out and stay healthy by taking the things that you need? Now, I'm a chiropractor, and of course, in chiropractic understands that there's a universal intelligence in all matter that continually gives to all its properties and actions, thus maintaining it in existence. And the chiropractic meaning of life is the expression of this intelligence through matter. And, you know, there's necessarily a union between intelligence and matter in order to bring about life. And there's what's something called the triune of life. There's intelligence, there's force, and there's matter. Those three things are required. You have to have an 100% in order to be 100% healthy, you see. So the body has the ability to keep itself well because there's an intelligence working within it. Force unites intelligence with matter. Matter expresses force. And of course, all life is just motion. Okay, but it's organized motion in the body. And this organized motion we call innate intelligence. Now, there are 5 signs of life. There's assimilation, excretion, adaptability, growth, and reproduction. Okay, so the body has the ability to intelligently, when you're free of nerve interference, the body has the ability to intelligently, the cells each have the ability to intelligently know what's in the fluid surrounding them. Now that fluid is called as interstitial fluid. It's dropped off by the bloodstream, you know, and so in this interstitial fluid, there's both nutrients and waste, because a cell will take in nutrients and it'll put out waste, but it has the ability to intelligently determine what to take in and what to excrete out. And if there's nerve interference, of course, it confuses the cell and it doesn't know what to take in or eject out, and it becomes poisonous, and then it'll poison other cells. That's how disease is caused. We call it dis-ease in chiropractic care. But we have to have, in order for cells to function, they have to have all the nutrients they need to run themselves. And there are 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids in order to cause the organelles of the cell to function properly. And in the DNA, there are 2 strands. There's strands and there's struts, okay? And the struts have a gap in the middle of them where they zip apart when they're going to make up RNA. Messenger RNA goes to another part of the cell where it creates all the proteins that we need. Okay, and that's coded by that DNA. And where the strut meets the strand is where the genes are. Let's pretend this is the strand and these are the struts here, okay? Right in the middle is where the minerals are attached, and they're called metallic fingers. If those are missing, it turns the gene off. So that's why we have to have all the minerals that we need, and getting them in your diet is very difficult because minerals are unevenly distributed throughout in the earth. And you might have a strip of selenium here, a strip of copper here, but they're not evenly distributed. It's like fudge-ripple ice cream. So if it's not in the plant, now I've often heard some people say that you can get everything you need in all your plants. Well, if the plant doesn't, let's say that, I've heard people say, well, you can get such and such a mineral in this plant. It's rich in that mineral. Well, how can it be rich in that mineral if it's not in the soil? Because it can't create a mineral. It can create vitamins, out of different things, but it cannot create minerals. And minerals come in three different formats. There's metallic minerals, which is like rocks. You can't go out and eat rocks, so you have to have it broken down for your body. But if you take metallic minerals, and a lot of these supplements are just simply metallic minerals. You take them into your body, they might be 8% available for assimilation for your cell. And go ahead, Chance. Go ahead. You got your hand up?
Oh, I was going to say, Doc, I would like to just talk about, just for a minute, when you get out of the shower, you've had all the hot water on you and you're clean and everything and you're drying off and you feel great. You know that feeling? Okay. And you feel refreshed and you feel empowered. That's the same feeling you get when you get these minerals and you put them in a spray bottle and you spray your face with them. You're going through the day. Spray your face, stick it down there and spray it down there. It's refreshing. It's like a mild energy boost. It's coffee with no side effects. Okay. It really makes you feel good. So the positive aspect, besides the obvious health issues, are the feel good issues. So you're going to be getting the benefit of the minerals, but you're going to get the instant benefit of feeling wonderful. Okay. Now, if you're narcissistic and you're depressed, you're not going to feel wonderful. But I don't want to talk any more rates about Vietnamese dong. So any of those posts come up, Doc, take them off. We've talked rates and dates till we're sick of it. Okay. I'm sick of it. I know you guys we all need money. We all are broke. I get it. Nobody gets it like I do. Okay. But keep that in mind.
Yeah, Doctor, wanting to ask, I've had fossil shell flour in the past, and I'll tell you what, that made me feel pretty damn good. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't. The question I have is how many of the minerals necessary are in there, because the source that we have see that, and listen, that's a good thing. I've had some other sources of minerals also, but I tell you what, I've got the confidence that I have all that I need in this because they're all there, which is, and listen, if you felt good with fossil shell minerals, that's great. I mean, it's an organic source, obviously. Anything from a plant-derived source that has minerals in it is great. But what we're really striving for is complete nutrition, because there's something called fractionated nutrition, where if you're not getting everything you need, then it's actually worse than not supplementing at all, because it will cause a false deficiency.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead with what you were saying now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're talking about the three different types of minerals. There's plant-derived, which actually, there's metallic minerals that comes from rocks or soil and things like that. Then there is what we call chelated minerals. That's where they take an amino acid and wrap it around the mineral, and you can those are about 40% assimilatable by the body. But these plant-derived minerals from Dr. Wallach are 98% absorbable. So 98% of them go. And the reason why we recommend spraying on skin, now you can take these internally, but the problem is there are bowel limits for how much you can get in your body. But you can literally spray your whole body down and absorb much more through your skin than you can through your gut. Now,
Don't forget your belly button. Don't forget your belly button too. Spray that belly button.
Yep, that's right. Well, that's part of your skin, Yep. And the belly button it goes to all parts of your body, because that was where you got your nutrition before you were born. So the belly button is a great site for like if you take essential oils and things like that. It's a great place for that.
Well, Doc, how about the website? Let's talk about the website where we could draw people to. Okay, what is the website? So Doc G can put it up on the board here.
Yeah, it's health-reformer.com. And you want to remember that hyphen in there, health-reformer.com. And what you do is you put your information in there, and you'll get to watch this little video of Dr. Wallach, the first part of Dead Doctors Don't Lie, first 15 minutes or so of it. And he basically tells the basics like I did here. And then if you text me, just text me your chance minerals to the telephone number that I gave you. Then I'll know it's you, and I'll contact you and help you get hooked up with the minerals.
Could you repeat the number, please? Could you please repeat?
Yes,
the number?
It's 406-270-3754. Now it's on the website. If you see at the top there, it's right on there.
Okay. Well, listen, Doc, I want to ask you a question. Okay.
Go ahead.
Would you be willing to come back again next week and give the folks 10 or 15 minutes more of your endless knowledge about nutrition and health?
Certainly will. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Well, that would be great if you would, because I've got 2 other guests scheduled to come on, and I want to tell you that I endorse Dr. What's his name?
Wallach. Dr. Wallach.
I endorse his products. I use Youngevity. Doc will tell you that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out of the minerals now, so I'm getting ready to order. But guys, go and get a hold of Doc Wiederman. Okay. He knows what he's talking about on this stuff. Okay. It's not voodoo science. It's real science. Okay.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
If I could, to the doc. So, would it help repair or strengthen tissue or bones? I don't know your age. Do you feel brittle, or do you feel thanks to doing the minerals throughout your whole entire life, years, decades, you have a strong constitution? Because I'm trying to help my dad. My dad, he did a tiny jump and he nearly fell. He had no strength, he had no balance. His bones are he's on his way to just breaking something. You know how people break their hip and then they need all his surgery. But that was my question.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the answer to that is that's a very good question, because we have a lot of elderly people that have brittle bones. And if you'll watch that video, go ahead and sign up for it, Brian, and I'll get in touch with you. And watch that video, because it talks about that very subject. And of course, the object here is that we want to extend our life. There are five places around the earth that just by dumb luck have all the minerals, and they have societies there that live to 120 to 140 years old. One of which is Hunza, and they just happen to have this glacial milk that has all the minerals in it. And it does make a huge, huge difference. And I'll tell you what, I am 72 years old, and I absolutely feel like I'm about 45. I could go out and run a marathon. I mean, I don't have any weak issues or aches and pains like most people do. I can go out and run and do everything I need to do, you know? So,
and you can grow that, and you can grow that great Kenny Rogers style beard.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm sure glad to have it in this cold weather, man. It's not warm as all get out.
It's cold in Iowa, isn't it, Doc?
Yeah, I've been confused for Kenny Rogers a few times. So,
well, if he'd have took his minerals, perhaps he would still be here. We know not.
Well, you know, I'll tell you something. You know, I'm a doctor of chiropractic, and I believe that freedom from nerve interference, you know, is the greatest thing in the world for your health. But I had one of my best friends just pass away at age 68, just dropped dead. Now, I'll tell you something. A couple of years ago, I was huffing and puffing and going up and down stairs, and I was on the minerals and stuff. But my senior business partner, you know, came down we were going to go on a trip, you know, a speaking trip. And he says, Rob, he says, you're huffing and puffing. He says, you need to get on Doc's heart and lung thing. So I did. And in 1 year, I had that all cleared out. I don't have any more issues with it. And so there are protocols. See, the reason we want to teach and train, why we have this wonderful website with all the videos on it, with all the testimonials on it and things like that, extensive lectures by Dr. Wallach on there on different conditions so that you can literally reverse things. And Brian, you can help your dad with this. He can be feeling better and doing better. And of course, I say this for entertainment purposes. I have to make sure I'm not diagnosing or treating anything on here, but yeah, we can help, and you just get in touch with me, Brian. Be glad to help.
Sure. Okay, awesome. Doc, listen, I got 2 more guests coming on, so I'm going to let them come on, and I'm going to bid you adieu with all your wonderful knowledge. We'll have you back again next week for 10 or 15 minutes, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. You got the address of the website up, right? health-reformer.com.
Doesn't come up with that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's. How can we do that?
Send me an email.
Okay, I'll send you an email. Okay, I'll get off here then. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Doc. We appreciate you. God bless.
You're welcome. Yeah. Bye-bye.
All
right, we lost Doc G.
Howard just went out here. The browser and everything died right after. I swear to God.
Well, you're back up now.
We're back up, but
okay. Well, Lillian and Ann, if you're listening, I think you are. Come on in. I've sent you the link. I sent Ann the link, and she sent Lillian the link. So you guys come on in.
Let me just talk about Youngevity really quick, because I've been doing that for a while. I've been doing the 90 plus 90. I like Dr. Wallach. Dr. Wallach's a great guy. I wanted to interview him years ago, but he was a veterinarian first. And what he did was he saw all the things that are happening to animals, and he says, hey, the same thing applies to people. That animals are just like people. That's where they got that information from. So he applies the same information and the same nutrients he gave to the animals, he started giving to people. And all of a sudden, no aneurysms. All of a sudden, no heart disease. All of a sudden, they're eating all this food and they're healthy, and their blood pressure is low, and their triglycerides, everything, all the sugar, AIC, all low. So there's a lot to it, but you got to take them 90 nutrients every day, and also the minerals and all the things that we need in our body. I mean, everything that we need in our body, we're not getting it in the foods. You know that. Yep. We're not getting it in the soil. We know that. And we're not getting it in bioengineered foods. So the organic foods, the healthy stands, the farmers markets, you're going to get more food that way, but you're still not going to get the 90 essential nutrients your body needs. The copper, the silver, all the stuff that we need. Just want to throw that in there.
Well, that's absolutely true. And I've been aware of Youngevity for a long time, and I've been using it for about 3 or 4 years. And it does help me incredibly. Yeah. And I will say that if you use the stem cell protocol along with Dr. Wallach's health-reformer.com, I'll put that up here.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. It won't come up on my computer. It
Yep.
won't come up. I put it in, and it comes up with the website that it goes to.
Okay, let me click on the link and see what happens.
All right, let me see. I'll put it up here in the
How
thing.
much of an influence the astral side has on everything, especially on technology. It's like they don't want you to get better. They want you to like see commercials for Mickey D's and chicken nuggets
Yep.
and
Yep.
Oreos, and it's just crazy and phenomenal.
Oh my God!
But,
Stay away from Oreos. Stay away from Oreos. I am.
So I
You
guess
think I'm kidding? I'm not. Okay. My God, they're terrible for you. They got all kinds of fertilizers and poisons and crap, and so do Cheerios. God, I'm going to tell you what. I'll be glad when these SOBs that are yeah, the website came right up for me, health-reformer.com. It came right up, and if it'll give you a link on there that says you first of all you sign in and then you watch the videos. So yeah, and then you'll have other pages that'll open up. Okay, but yeah, it works. The link works. I'm waiting for Ann and Lily. There's Ann.
Ian is here.
Hello. Lillian's coming. We had a wrong link at first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were sitting there going, well, we hear everything. So
Wait a
really
minute.
enjoyed the doctor talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like anything that's you can absorb through the skin, because that's what the patches do. They're not transdermal. It's the light reflection, but anything that you can do with your skin is so much better, in my opinion, because you're not having to be leaky gut or anything like that.
Right. I get it. The other thing is now what is Doc G has a status in the company now in less than 2 weeks. What is his status now?
He's manager.
He's become a manager on the team in less than what, 2-3 weeks?
Correct. And then another young lady under him has already become a manager in, I think, 2 days. And Wyatt is about to hit manager already. And in less than a few, I don't know. I'm not even sure if it's been 24 hours.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Happy for everybody.
Think of how you're helping the people.
That's what it's about. It's about helping each other.
Now, I'm going to give you a little update of what's happening with me. My knee, I injured it again tonight a little bit. But what's happening with me is I notice I'm getting up earlier, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. If I really had a rough day, I'll stay in bed till 9, but which I did today. And I have more energy. The only thing that puts me down is this problem I'm having with my knee, and I'm gonna keep fighting it, and I'm gonna keep looking for alternative treatments and maybe different braces and stuff like that, because I'll go to hell in a handbag if I'm going to let any surgeon rip my knee open and fill me full of dope. Now, I want to say something, Ann, and I know Lillian knows about this. You do too. But my friend Dana is in the hospital, and he's had a stroke while he was in the hospital being treated for the stroke that he had before he went into the hospital. Mm-hmm. And he can't move his left hand. He can barely move his right hand. He's left-handed, so he can't write. Follow me?
Yep.
Okay, and so he can't talk. It took me a half hour sitting there listening to trying to put words together to understand that the hospital contacted the court and got him a court-appointed bar attorney as, you ready for this? His attorney, his advocate, and his conservator. How in the hell do you make a bar attorney a conservator over the care that a patient gets.
Yeah.
You don't do it. Let's see. Okay, so
So he's basically gone into a conservatorship.
yeah, and I can't say nothing. And I told him I'd take the responsibility of all three. But he says, no, we already got one. Well, he doesn't understand it. He's not awake. Yeah. He's so liberal. He's going to. I'm afraid he's going to die a liberal. And I'm gonna say this. He's going to wake up and he's going to say, "Chance, come and help me." That's what I'm gonna put the positive energy out there. But the direction that he's headed right now is not good. Okay, and it's all because everybody knows he's got a few bucks in the bank. So
that explains everything. Yeah,
takes it right there.
And his mom, I talked to his mom 3 days ago, and she says, I've been paying his bills and stuff, but I don't even know how much money he has. He left some here, and he says, I don't know how to get any of the money out of the bank or anything. The poor lady didn't even know how to use the debit card.
I'm really hoping these criminals get arrested very soon.
And we have got to get these methods going. I'm going to tell you what, he would be such a he is an advocate for Trump, but he would be such an advocate for the proper health and everything. We just got to get him better. But if I put any patches on him or anything, I'll probably get arrested for interfering with medical treatment.
You need a voice
that's the way these damn hospitals work.
You need a voice recorder. You need a voice recorder with his permission. Yeah. So if you have a voice recorder, talk. I know, but if he can record this is where the power of prayer or something comes in, where there can be a divine element to get his speech, like a walk-in, to temporarily seize the vessel from the astral side, speak the words he needs to say, and then you tape record it and you play it back at them. There is very powerful tools. It's just you're only using the physical when you need to use the etherical side. It works. It really does. It's terrifying. It is frightfully terrifying when something divine happens and you are just baffled. It doesn't make sense. And a 360 just happens to just take place in action. So try it. You might be surprised.
I'll try it. I'll probably be up there. I'll probably be up there tomorrow or Saturday, and they're just letting him stay in the hospital. They're just sucking his insurance dry. They're sucking his bank account dry, and they're sucking his trust dry. And
you have to do that information before the day, before you take action, because you're calling in for a higher intervention to interact with you, the proceedings and the process, as the negotiator on behalf of the contract or the soul from that collective identity or idea. It'll work. It's powerful. It does work.
Well, I'll give it a try, Brian, the day before I go up there. Okay. And wouldn't it be wonderful if a walk-in just went in there and then could communicate with me, and then I might even take some papers up for him to sign or something like that. So
get an APA on him.
Yeah.
So his name's Dana.
Yeah, his name's Dana. So
all right. So Father God, we just come before you and we just speak speech over Dana, and that he's able to communicate properly over the recording and get the proper health care needed for him. And we know that you are using Chance as this conduit for him at this time. And Father God, we just thank you. And we're all coming together. You have over 200 people on here. We're all coming together. Where two or more are gathered, it shall be done. And we send those angels out now in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. It is done.
It's done.
And your puppy seems to be very, very spoiled.
Yeah. Hey, Chase, text
text that
us.
Dog is spoiled.
Yeah, Chase, do text us when you leave your car and go to the hospital. Yeah. Text Ann and I, let us know, and we will be interceding in prayer and support, calling in all the angels and all the healing energies across all time,
Yeah.
dimension, space, and reality in Jesus' name. It is done. It's already a done deal. So in gratitude and appreciation and thanksgiving, we are rejoicing because it is done. And now you're just going through the motions. You're going to get the signature. You're going to get the voice recording. Done.
Yeah. Thank
Easy
you,
peasy.
Brian.
Yes, Brian, you're so spot on.
Thanks.
You really are.
Can we just say a little bit about we got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight yet. Let's talk about Doc G and Wyatt's promotion in the company. Now they are both. What are they both now at this time?
Managers.
So yeah, so both so Doc G, at first you promoted to manager, then Doc G promoted to manager, and then Wyatt promoted to manager because of the support of the people who are wanting to get started on the stem cell activation patches. And so we are here just to help get people out of pain as quickly as possible the same day that they receive their patches. You already know David Urban, he called me again today with an incredible update and with so much joy, because he's only been on the patches 4 days. And you guys saw the video that I posted in the group last night. And he could barely walk to his kitchen sink without gasping for air to just get a glass of water. And yesterday and today, he walked around the block. And today he told me, oh, today it was pretty cold. It was 0 degrees. And when he came back, he said that, oh, it was a lot warmer. It was 2 degrees. But he was getting all sorts of things done that he hasn't been able to do in years.
That's
And
great.
so,
That's great. He's a very good dear friend of mine and supporter of the show. And I just love Brother Dave to death. And I didn't have any idea that he was actually that bad. So to hear that the stem cell patches are making him more mobile and more free as an individual.
that's exactly.
It's just I'm elated, good job, Brother Dave. Keep it up. Okay.
I keep wearing those patches. So
Yeah, he's the man. I'm telling you, that guy knows all about electroculture. By the way, we had such bad soil and water where he was at. He didn't get to do the electroculture like he wanted to this year, but he will next year. You watch and see. You watch and see. He's really spot on with the electroculture. So, and I guess he was giving out softball sized tomatoes last year. So,
wow.
Yeah, so okay. What's next, ladies? What's next? What's the new and exciting patch that we're going to see this month?
So right now we have a promotion, which yours is already on the way. Doc G and Chance, I sent you a picture of your patches where Christmas. Everything is red, right? And so we are sending you Energy Enhancer as a congratulations and as a Christmas gift to you, from Ann and I to you and to Doc G and Wyatt. We're working on getting, Dr. Nirmala is in Australia. If I send it from the United States, it's going to take a month to get there. So I'm going to get a hold of Dr. Nirmala, who's 19 hours ahead of me, and I'll make sure that she sends it from Melbourne, Australia, so it gets to you right away.
Quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll get to you quicker. So, but that's our gift to you, saying thank you for helping us, for partnering with us to help save more lives and get people out of pain, release them from the chains of pain so that they can live fulfilling lives and follow their passion and just have a good, happy life. So Energy Enhancer, that's the patch. It does 3 things. That's it. It enhances your energy. It improves your heart rate variability, and it increases your lymphatic system. Those 3 things. So you're going to notice that your energy is going to be up. You're going to notice that you're going to have more stamina. You're not going to fatigue. And you're going to notice that if you've had any kind of irregularity with your heart, because this improves heart rate variability. I'm sure some people are going, heart rate variability, what is that? That's like talking English. I'll tell you what heart rate variability is. It's the ability of your hearts to be elastic
to respond. If it all of a sudden has to increase in beats per minute to respond because you're running, it can go from 70, 80 beats per minute. It can jump to 140 or 50 because you're running. And then just as quickly, when you stop running, it has enough elasticity that it'll immediately come back and regulates itself down, as opposed to staying idling high, stuck at a high rate, or idling low at a low rate. Either one is bad. When you have a muscle that's stiff, it's not good. We want a very elastic, because the heart is a muscle. So we want that heart rate variability. We want that elasticity to the heart muscle so that it can effectively pump. It's going to squeeze and release, squeeze and release. And so that's what that energy enhancer patch is doing, improving your heart rate variability.
That's like pulling the car, guys, into the driveway, putting it in the park, and putting the accelerator all the way to the floor. Okay, this fixes that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want to park your car, but first we're going to put the accelerator all the way to the floor. No. Yep, you want to bring it down. Yep, get it. It works.
Downshift.
Yeah. The knee patches work bone on bone. I don't have that yet. I think what I've got is I think I've got a torn muscle or something here, because it's really funny. But because my entire life my legs have been just incredibly strong, and I've never had knee problems, leg problems, or anything. And so something, maybe I'm getting a psychic attack again, but I've been putting on the full armor of God every time. And I've been told we've got bad people out there putting spells on me, but they just bounce right off me because I got the full armor on, and I'm using patches, and I'm using the Youngevity. So
I gotta say, because this is something that I learned, like in my 30s, I did a lot of spiritual warfare and transmutation of energy. And one of the things that I've learned over the years, whenever you have people that have ill will for you, just because they don't like what you're doing, they don't want to see you succeed, whatever their issue is, it's kind of none of our business. But the bottom line is that they're sending you negative energy. Back in the day, I used to send that energy back to its original source, and I would bind it to the foot of the cross. But I don't do that anymore. So over the years, what I've learned to do is to transmute that energy so that people who send love to me, I accept, I receive, and embrace it. People who send me negative energy, rather than sending that back to them so that they get that energy back, I receive that energy and I transmute it into love energy so it still feeds me and edifies me. It can't hurt me. So I claim that in the name of Jesus, who shed his blood on the cross for us. And it tells us in Ephesians, without getting too preachy here, but the scriptures are holy words that are alive. And it says that our battles in this world on the 3D plane are not of flesh and blood, but they're of principalities and powers of this dark world that can't be seen with the naked eye. So Anne did a beautiful job taking command over any and all energies that are available for reparation and restoration of Dana. And anybody who has any, like, I don't have any harm in any way, shape, or form, because I learned that lesson. All you have to do is be aware of it once, and you're like, oh, you become untouchable, because anybody that's
I could have done that earlier tonight. I could have done that earlier tonight.
Yeah. Well, now you do it moving forward for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And you have Anne and myself and Brian, everyone on this broadcast, that we're intercessors for each other. We stand in the gap for you, so that if by chance you should forget, or you're too busy and maybe distracted with other things, doesn't matter, because the Holy Spirit will intercede for you, and we are in the gap interceding for you too, always sending you positive energy. And you have that shield and that armor that is a transmuter of whatever negative energy, just gets turned into loving positive energy.
Okay. Now,
and it works.
I believe it. I believe it. Now, I want to add something here. I want you to, how are we going to get all these good people to contact you? If you're not on our Telegram page, if you're not on Chance's Live Chat 2 Telegram page, which is a private page, then you are going to have to send me an email to chancemusic@yahoo.com, and I will send you a personal invitation to the Telegram channel, which Ann and Lillian are both on there on a regular basis. And no, they're not spamming us. They're helping us, okay? They're not spamming us. They're helping us, okay? Same way with Doc G. They're helping us. They're trying to help us. And there's a lot of people that have the resources to move forward and improve their health, and they really don't know where to go. Well, we're trying to tell you where to go, okay? So what website or phone number do you want to put up on the screen, Lillian and Ann?
So I'm going to give my number, and Ann, because Ann is on the, we're covering the globe. So Ann is on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. So Ann, why don't you give your number first, and then I'll give my number.
Technically, I'm Central Time Zone, but I am
Central
in
Time
Florida.
Zone.
But just people don't realize Florida has 2 time zones. So
Yes.
my number is 850-543-0390. Text me first. I do run a global nonprofit, so I get too many phone calls. I don't have voicemail. So if you text me, I'll put you in my phone, and then that way I can return calls. I can take text messages. For those who don't text, my email address is ANNE, Z as in zebra, IEGENHORN @gmail.com. Ann Ziegenhorn@gmail.com.
And you could go on the Telegram page, and they'll post that information for you too. And what about Dame Lillian Walker?
Yeah. And so my number is 714. So it's going to be +1 because it's in the US, then 714-865-5626. And always text me first, because if I don't have you saved to my phone, I'm not going to answer the call. So text me, always put Chance Doc G so that I know you're coming from Hamilton Radio 1. If you go directly to the site and look up Chance's name or Doc G's name, and you enroll yourself, so to speak, to get the patches, you don't get the promo, because we have to go into their back office to unlock the algorithm to release the extra free bonus patch that you get as part of this promotion. And so that's one thing to know. If you do not text, again, you can email Ann. I have a hotline number that will basically text. If you just leave a voice message, it will text whatever. It'll transcribe it as a text and send it to me, or you can text outright. So I'm going to give you that hotline number, and that is 1-949 area code 478-2221. I'm not going to give you my email because you already have Ann's email and you have Chance's email. That's more than enough. And we want to take really great care of you, get your pain level down immediately as soon as you receive the patches, and answer any questions you might have.
I will tell you guys, this is a unique opportunity before you go into the med beds, okay?
Yep.
You work on yourself externally with the Youngevity products, and work on yourself.
So important.
Well, externally and internally with the Youngevity product, and then at the stem cell level, you're getting into the you're getting down to the nitty gritty when you go into the stem cell. So let it work. Let it work for you. I take 5 patches a day. And I'm not even on the energy patch, and I will go to bed directly after this show tonight, and I'll get up at 7 or maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, and I literally hit the ground running, shove some coffee down my throat, go to town, you know? And my state of awareness is even better than 3 or 4 cups of coffee.
You actually look younger.
Huh?
You don't look like pains on your face. You look like you have relief.
Relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps. Of course, when I get my facelift, then I can.
You know what? You won't need it. If you go to the Patching Testimonials Global private Facebook group.
Mhm.
All you have to do is put that Doc G referred you, you'll automatically be let in. And you'll be able to see we have hundreds of pictures of my friends, just like Ann is my friend, people that we personally know that we've patched, and the before and after. We have like April Stewart Vaughn and her daughter Grace, who I travel all over the world with them. Grace was 27 years old when she started on the patches. You'd think, how can a 27-year-old reverse age? Well, when you have spirocytosis since you were born and you are deathly ill, you've had COVID 6 times, that ages you. That woman spent every month of her entire 27 years in the hospital. Not a month would go by that she wouldn't end in the hospital. So at 27, she's kind of inflamed, looking a little older than 27. And if you look at her picture before and after, if you look at her mother's picture before and after, because her mother had lupus, Lyme, autoimmune, rheumatoid arthritis, and she also had long haulers COVID. She was a terrible mess. So you could see a very significant improvement and reverse age between April and her daughter. And April is about 54 and Grace is now 28. You'll see that when you go onto the site. So, all right.
All right. Hey, guys. And if in Australia, if they want to sign up through for the stem cell program, should they get a hold of you guys or should they get a hold of Wyatt?
Yes.
No, we stick everybody under each other so that, because we know what we're doing and y'all are busy with what you're doing to help others. So we're able to take charge for everybody.
So if you're in Australia and you want to get signed up under Wyatt, then go ahead and get a hold of Ann or Lillian. Okay, Dame Lillian, excuse me.
Yeah, that's fine. And we can take care of people in 82 countries.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what, Wyatt, you and Doc G are going to have people that are started on the patches from Dubai to South Korea, the United States, Canada, again, 82 countries. I'm not going to name all 82 of them. So the number one thing is to get people out of pain and restore them from their health. That's it. So,
and it's not just pain. So like a lady's asking about high blood pressure and insulin. This is all your stem cells. So it's going to take care of everything.
Everything.
I
unrings the bell of damage.
I'm in it for patches for my dad who's got macular degeneration, right? And he is legally blind because of that macular degeneration, according to the medical reports. When he is cured, for lack of better words, I'm going to post his medical report with his name obliterated, of course, and it will show that he will no longer be legally blind.
Now we have lots of X-rays.
The evidence of this actually working. So I'll show the before result and the after result.
And the after.
Yep.
Lots of prayers and positive energy for your dad, Wyatt.
Oh,
yes.
Yep. So
yes.
No, I believe in these things. You know, they're quantum energy, right?
It is.
And we basically, you know, if we all get on board with it, it will make the medbed experience much better for us.
Well, and I like to affectionately, I've been saying this for a while, that these patches are like a med bed in a patch. Because when you get in a med bed, you're only there for 45 minutes to an hour, maybe 90 minutes if you're lucky. And then you leave and you go home. This is medbed tech in a patch where every single day for 12 hours, you are unringing the bell of damage, any dysregulation, any hormone imbalance, any toxins that you're getting by whatever means, any EMFs that you're being bombarded with. Guess what? All of that is being repaired. You're getting detox. It's all being restored on a daily basis, 12 hours every single day for the next year and a half. You know, you stop patching when you no longer want that benefit.
And
so it's very powerful.
And we've all been getting exposed to gamma rays from out there, and that has been affecting people's energies across the world. You know, so I'm hoping will negate some of that too.
It will. The 49 we can prove with one of those little EMF testers. You can put the 49. You can hold your phone and it will zing the EMF tester. You can then put the 49 patch on and hold your phone and it's
And
neutral.
it's neutral. Yeah. Yeah. We have videos about that. And then maybe another broadcast we can talk about, people need to be aware about what's being done to our food supply and how they're tainting our food supply. And I just had a naturopath yesterday who handed in a report where the food suppliers have been given authority to put all sorts of different insects and bugs into any packaged food.
Yeah.
Any food that's not organic, they can insert all these different types of bugs, because when they can infect your body with parasitic borne illness, then guess what the result is? A lot of people don't know this. The result is the big C, the one that most people get chemo and radiation for. And so that's the motivation for spraying all this food that's processed, that's packaged. And the thing is, instead of putting the English names, they're putting the Latin names so that you can't tell that it's an insect or a bug or a parasite. So I'm like, so I talked to Dr. Stacy's our partner. She's a double PhD, and we have a parasitologist in the group, and we also have an epidemiologist. So I'm in the process of having them review this, and I want to see if we can do a video where we kind of explain a little bit further, because it's really harmful for people to be ingesting this and being completely unaware that this orange flavored chicken that comes in a bag that's frozen at your supermarket, you think it's okay, and it's not.
Yeah. Insofar as EMF and whatnot is concerned, I've got a little sticker that is on the back of my phone, and that's an EMF diffuser. And you can buy those on eBay for a couple of bucks. So that helps. It doesn't get rid of it all together, but it does help. It helps. So do look into that. EMF diffuser.
Yeah. And then also get yourself a selenite wand, selenite crystal, put it in front of your keyboard. When you have your phone and you're not using it at night and you're charging it, make sure your cell phone is in another room and put it on a selenite crystal. They have the crystals that are flat where they're circular. And they're not that expensive. It's under $10. And now not only will your phone charge faster because of the lack of resistance from the EMFs, but the EMFs will go into the crystal, so it doesn't go into your environment where it can't harm you.
Yeah, and you just take it out into the moonlight to cleanse it. On
Never.
Moon.
Yeah, and never. No water on selenite.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you got, like you're in the 5G, got 5G, you need the selenite. You absolutely need the selenite near your Wi-Fi transmitter.
Yeah. So
that is very, very harmful.
Yeah. So I suggest that.
6G. I cannot wait to get on the 6G, which is the healing energies.
Yeah. So I encourage everybody you can just start small. You get a selenite disc at your local gem store and get it for your phone, and then get another one for your router. And maybe every month buy one or two of those crystals, put one in your bedroom too, one at the entrance of your home, so that from all the different electronics that you have in your home, the selenite will be absorbing the negative ions and the EMFs from any electronics that you have in your house, including the LED lights, halogen lights, fluorescent lights, and any blue lights that you're getting from any devices inside your home. Okay?
Hey, ladies, I do not mean to cut you short, but I have got a couple more things I have to talk about, as well as giving the intel.
Fantastic.
And I do have intel.
Yes.
I'm going to cut you ladies loose. I'm going to tell you thank you very much for coming. I want to thank you for
having us.
You're doing for everybody, and I look forward to having you back in a week or two, okay?
Sounds wonderful. We'll be listening with everybody else. Thank you, my friends and gems. Mwah. Love you all.
God bless.
God bless.
Okay, that's great. All right, good stuff, guys. If you didn't catch it all, get a pen and paper and watch the replay and stop and pause and listen to the replays and stuff, okay? I have a lot of use for selenite and shungite as well. Oh, yeah, I got some shungite. Brian sent me some shungite. And, okay,
Shungite.
guys. Yep. Shungite, that's a big one.
Yep, for 900 square feet, good against all EMF. especially if you
Okay,
live.
well, here's what's going on, guys. We're real close to this blessing, okay? Because we're so close to the blessing, if you want better than a free trust, okay, I'm offering free trust. I could send you a link, or you get a free trust with the RV protocol papers, which you can order by emailing me at chancemusic@yahoo.com. They're $50. But if you want something better, then I would recommend you to Raymond, and so would Raymond Lee, and so would Brian would also give his recommendation, and Doc G, and Wyatt. I don't know. His trust will not work in your country, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a John over there that we tried setting it up and it just wouldn't work. So John, if you're listening tonight, Raymond's in the process of getting you all taken care of, but and reversing the process. But you can contact Raymond Lee at PB Pickled Boy PB at yatrust.com. That's spelled PB YAHTRUST.com. Okay. Now that's Raymond Lee, and he has an incredible discount, Christmas special. Okay. I'm not allowed to talk prices, but I'm going to tell you it'll knock your socks off. Okay. And there's a possibility Raymond Lee might be on next week to tell you about some other benefits. Okay. So we'll check into that. And also, if you are having a court problem, if you are having a repossession, a eviction, where they're trying to take your house, whatever your problem is with the Admiralty Maritime Courts, then I would recommend that you get yourself an express trust. The express trust you will be participating in any court events as the trust when you have an express trust. An express trust is regularly $2,500. Maria Janet has the express trust on sale. I'm not allowed to say the price, but if you want to get a hold of Maria Janet, her email address is Marie, Marie, Janet, Janet, @Kinnix, Kinkes, Kinnix.com. Okay. Now let me pull that up just to make sure I've got it right, because sometimes I email her so much that I should have it right. But give me 1 second here, and I'll pull up
And
my email.
while Chance is doing that, I just want to say that every one of my sources has dried up. They're not saying a word about anything other than the weather and other social activities. Now, that tells me that we are very close. Now, there is one guy that I do know that I got told last week he has just gone on to an NDA. Now, he's my finance guy. So we are very, very close. And you're going to find that, and I think a lot of people's contacts are not going to be talking to you about anything to do with the RV from this point forward, or from at least a few days ago. That's why nobody wants to talk about dates and rates, because nobody has the information anymore, right? Or they're not allowed to tell us anymore. We've got everything that we need at this particular juncture in time, insofar as the information is concerned. So you have to do your own research, guys, unfortunately. And I know that some of you don't have the wherewithal to do that, but it's now time that you started to learn. Anyway, but you can listen to the coded messages of President Trump and that thing at Notre Dame with the rebirth of the Notre Dame. They went back to the original plans and they rebuilt Notre Dame, so he gets the healing energies in now. President Trump did a walk down the line, shaking hands with all of these people, including Prince William from England. You know, that was them capitulating to him. They were all deep state leadership. They've all capitulated, right? And these drones over New Jersey. Oh, now there's a lot of speculation as to what it is. It's a psyop. I'm telling you, it's a psyop, right? They are trying to prepare you with the talk that it's possibly Iran, that it's, you know, going to figure into the fake World War III scenario, or it's to make you look up so that when they try to do the fake alien invasion. But whatever it is, it's a psyop on the people. Don't fall for it. Chance.
Okay, now I've just posted on the page Raymond Lee's phone number and Maria Janet's phone number. Maria, it's Maria, not Marie. It's Maria Janet at Kinix.com. Okay, and her number is 360-471-6498. She has a very healthy discount available. Raymond Lee is at PB. Let's see. What was it again? Let's
PB
see.
at Wire Trust.
That was it. It was PB at yatrust.com.
Ya Trust. Oh, it's not W, it's Y. Okay.
Yeah.
Ya
Yep.
Trust.
Yep. So get a hold of him, and we have a healthy discount with Raymond Lee for a good trust with teeth. And Maria Janet has the Express Trust in case you're experiencing problems with the IRS, repossessions, evictions, all kinds of stuff like that. Please contact them. If you have any questions, you can contact me at chancemusic@yahoo.com. I am available for private consultation for $50 for a half an hour. And we have the RV protocol papers for $50. I can send them right after the show. But right now, this is what everybody's been waiting for. I actually have some intel from the intake officer. And I'm going to pull it up for you right now. And Wyatt's right. Okay. Most intel is quiet. But if you know somebody close to this situation like I do, then let's see, am I looking on the wrong spot? I am looking on the wrong spot. Okay, I need to go into messages. Here it is. I am not going to read this word for word. I'm going to change it as I'm reading it, okay? 12 whales have been paid. You can't get any simpler than that. Now that will make the dominoes fall for more transactions to smaller individuals like ourselves. And the admiral, now which admiral it is, I don't know. There's 3 admirals groups. So one of the admirals groups has confirmed that he made sure that the whales got liquid.
Yeah.
Now, it is said that the new international rate for the dinar is expected to be announced very, very, very soon. I'm expecting this weekend. They usually make their announcements during the prayers on Friday nights or late on Saturday nights, but things are moving. Now, I had somebody comment earlier in the show when they said that I didn't know what I was talking about. Where am I getting this information from that they're buying from? Okay, listen. I'm going to report. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, I'm going to report to you the information that I think is correct. If you have more knowledge than me or better contacts than me, and you have more accurate information, then come on the show and educate us. Okay,
Keep it
you
with
have
you, Bob.
my invitation, because I'm telling you what, right now, the two most informed truther and retired truther are sitting at opposite sections of this screen. Okay, and the other thing is, Brian is watching this whole thing unfold from an etheric position, okay, a spiritual position, and a different position than what we can even imagine. And we are so blessed to have him here because his knowledge exceeds ours in these areas. Okay? So when somebody makes a comment like they did about Brian earlier tonight, that really made me mad. I want to punch you in the nose, okay? And if I punch you in the nose, you ain't going to have much of a nose left, okay?
Yeah, just because you don't understand what Brian is saying does not mean that it's wrong.
That's right.
Okay?
I didn't know someone said something.
Yeah, somebody put a smart-ass comment on there.
That's okay.
We're not even going to pay attention to it, okay? But there's the intel, guys. I mean, I've given you the Maria Janet at Kinix.com. It's on the board. Her number is 360-471-6498. Raymond Lee, his phone number is 701-409-5074. And you can email him at pb@yatrust.com. YAHTRUST. Or it might be YATRUST. I don't know. It's one way or the other. Anyway, guys, get a hold of him. And if you can't get a hold of him, get a hold of me at chancemusic@yahoo.com. Make sure to, if you haven't got your RV protocol papers, get them now. Send me an email. They work in any country. They're only printed in English, so you'll have to translate them if you're in a different country. And 319-561-0064 is my phone number. Please don't call unless it's an emergency and somebody's on death's door. But otherwise, send me an email. I don't like texting. I do not like texting. But so send me an email at chancemusic@yahoo.com. And so we've had a really busy show tonight. Doc G, what can I get from you tonight as your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, thank you for making me manager. I've never won anything in my life, so it really made me feel worthwhile and feel good about helping people. So thank you very much for that. That's pretty much it.
Okay, fascinating, Brian.
I actually have something I still need to say that I didn't get to, if that's okay.
Well, let's go for it, brother. We want to hear you.
Sorry, Doc. Okay, so this is something that everyone's going to need to be aware, for better or worse. Now that the technology is changing and being used, and again, you have to keep in mind, so there's two sides of the same coin. The light and the dark are paying attention to this. Your energy, if you are a star seed, or if you are something that may wear the costume of a human, but you're not human, like you're looking at them in a way, it's measurable. The frequency is measurable. So how would the people find out who you are? Well, I'll give you a couple ideas. Retina scans. Retina scans. Kind of like the idea of the eyes to the soul, right? Wisdom, or something about the energy of a piercing gaze. Like it's just like a very phenomenal, mysterious. But these facial recognition softwares, these retina scans, these new frequency devices, for better or worse, the good guys want to know, and the bad guys want to know. The bad guys want to know so they can stop you for sure, or at least attempt to stop you. And this is where things get tricky or can be influenced on the astral side, kind of like where there's a lot of problems. The good guys, probably the same thing to a degree. And you would think, well, why would they? Well, because if you have a higher verse or a higher integrity factor where you're wanting to reveal more than what they want, you want that, well, more than what they want to reveal, that's considered invasive. I am what you would consider a very invasive individual just by being on this game board. Very invasive, energetically speaking. So I am not necessarily a friend to either side, depending on the perception, the ethics, the transparency of the good, but definitely the same toward the bad. So this is something that everyone is going to have to be aware as things move forward, because they do want to know. They want to know who all the mystical power players are, because they do have a greater influence on all the lower consciousness, the NPCs or those that have very little. And it's not just tens of thousands. We're talking millions of people. There are powerhouse players that can change a realm astronomically, especially as we keep accelerating and expanding through this cosmic expansion of what we're playing at, or how we're playing, or what we're going to play next. So, and now the angelics have a Christmas special for you, and that I'm throwing that as my take on it. So they do have a message. The message is, how would those of you that have a lot of problems with generational family karma, and I need those of you that have a cycle or a looping cycle of traumatic experiences with strong ties to certain family or individuals or matters or things that seem to be detrimental. And we're not talking in a good way, in the worst kind. You have the opportunity to wipe the slate absolutely clean.
Yep.
You do. You
And it
have
only
to.
takes one person in the family.
Yeah. But here's what's clever about it. It will be someone in the family, whether you're awake and they're like, there's no one home, right? It's empty. There's no one there. It will suddenly spring to life. It will do a 360. It will start to purge on behalf of the whole entire tribe. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be physical abuse. It can be all different types of abuses. I'll just say that. All different types. And generational speaking. This is a part of a different kind of reset. It is a spiritual reset where you get to break away from tribes, where you don't loop with the same group ever again. You create your new identity or your new formula as you kind of like move forward. So that's the Christmas special. And it's free because all you have to do is call upon the higher power and they will take action. But at the same time, you have to will it into existence. You have to be your own powerhouse and you have to do some legwork. You may have to play nice as you collaborate with this awakened individual, and you will have to stick with the repeating of the spell or the affirmation just so you can see the story go by each day by day, by week, until the conclusion is met when the story ends. for that collective. That's what you want to see. That is the grand finale that you can express and experience before the end of this year, starting now. So I'm encouraging, tap into that power and call for help. It does work. I got good advice from someone, and I told them an amazing story, and it was chance. He said, yeah, call on Michael, see what happens. I was like, that's right.
Yep.
Michael's got a team. And
Sure
a
does.
lot of people think, you're calling on the original. You're not. You're calling on the energy, his tribe that represents the similar frequency. If he but he can pop in. He's done it. He can take action if he wants to start stirring the pot just to get things moving, and then he'll point to whoever is within his tribe and say, all right, please take over this. All right, I'm on to the next mission. It's powerful. And other than that, if anyone has any spiritual consultation, you have my number, 774-208-2377. Please text me or leave a message. I never answer my phone because of all the stupid scams. Other than that, have a wonderful night, everyone.
Wyatt, how about your final thoughts for tonight?
All right, okay. RAR 6178 a couple of seconds ago put up post. We won't lose our money if the banks go under. It's mirrored in the QFS already, right? Yes, it is. But what's going to happen during the transition is that the banks are going to be closed for anything maybe up to a month. Maybe. Now, we don't know for sure. So you could be going a long time without money. So, this is why we say get your money out, put it into Wise, some of it into Wise so that you continue to do your business. Okay? This is what this all is about. Insofar as my final thoughts are, I just want people to know that I am a bloodline descendant of the monastic order of the Temple of David Knights. Right, back in the day, they were the Temple of the Knights of the Temple of David, right, or the Men of the Temple. They later became known as Knights Templar, and then after that, the Masons took over and they perverted everything. Right, I'm very connected to Archangel Michael, and I have known him to show himself to people, and he will answer when you call upon him. And we're coming into the time when we celebrate the birth of Christ, and it's goodwill unto other men and whatnot like that. Don't let anybody piss you off, right? Just let it wash over, because you don't need to be in the negative energies. This is a time of forgiveness and giving. And even though it's celebrated at the wrong time of the year, we need to look at that and towards our fellow man and try to help them as best we can. That's what Chance, Brian, Doc, and myself have been trying to do in our different ways from a long time, for quite a while. I'm not so much. I might have retired as Captain Marvel Jr., but I got to tell you, I'm not really retired. I keep getting drawn in, and that's because I have to be here to help people continue on this journey. And we are on the doorstep, and this weekend is looking very, very promising. Now, yes, we've all heard that before, but the thing is, it's real. I gave some information at the beginning of this show that absolutely points to all of this. So we're going to get our blessing one way or another, right? Insofar as now, the RV with the foreign currencies, right? That's one thing. The QFS is something else. Nesara and Nesara is something else yet again, right? When everything happens insofar as the universal basic income and all of that sort of thing, right? I've got to tell you, that is most likely going to happen around the period of April, March. We think about Easter at that particular point in time, and that is a rebirth. That's when our Sesta KV will start paying out to all of us. Everybody on the planet will start getting that at that point. So, if some people may have to wait, but there are going to be people around who RV'd, and if you're short of money and whatnot like that, I'm sure people are going to help each other out, because that's the kind of people that we want to see in the world. All right. We don't need these deep staters who are trying to do everything to take things away from us by using AI against us. And the AI of the future that's going to happen is going to be the good kind. It's going to be benevolent, not malevolent. All right. So don't worry about biometrics and all of that sort of thing, because when we get a QFS card, that's biometric, right? That's going to be all done by biometrics, and nobody else will be able to use that card. Okay, but yeah, just be, as Bill and Ted said in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and as Abraham, the guy playing Abraham Lincoln, said, be good to be good to each other, dudes.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
And rock on.
And rock on.
So just be good to each other and rock on, dudes. Yeah. So that's basically it. That's my final thought.
Thank you, Wyatt. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. 520-741-8. These are numbers we can't debate, because God wants all of us to have abundance. Anything less would be redundant. 520-741-8. I love you all. Order your RV protocol papers or send your love offerings to Cash App 319-561-0064. I love you all. Thank you to my wonderful friends and family who have joined me this evening on this show.
And you're all family. Everybody who's watching this is all family. Okay.
That's right. God bless you all. Good night.
Right.
Bye, everyone.